Hi guys, welcome back to Tech Waves. In this wave, we are going to look at all about the optional class. So basically, I would be covering the basics of optional class, like in day-to-day programming, how you can use optional class. So please stay with me, guys. Okay, so this optional class, what is the use of this optional class? Okay, so in day-to-day programming we often encounter null pointers, right? It is very common exception, null pointer exception, because if something is null and if we are trying to do some operation on null, then what will happen? We will get null pointer exception. So what the Oracle people have done is they have come up with an optional class, okay, which actually wraps around all such handlings, because a programmer has to write a lot of code, a lot of null checks, right? If some variable is equal to null, then initialize it with this value. So instead of that, this is like a utility class which actually helps. It has some utility functions which helps to handle the null part. We don't have to explicitly write, we can make use of this optional class, okay, and it is in java.util package, because as I said, it is a utility class, okay. One important thing is optional class is final, so you cannot override it, okay. And I am going to actually go through an example in this so that you actually understand how some basic functions I am going to be covering, so that you understand how it works. So I am going to cover these four methods of nullable, is present, if present, or else. Okay, so let's jump into our IDE now. Okay, so I am here in my IDE Eclipse, and I have created one simple project, Java8 examples and a package. Let me create a class and let's call it optional demo, and I need the main method finish. Okay, and let me write a simple string array of names equal to new string of 5, let's say. Okay, and if I am trying to print names of 4 dot to uppercase, right, to uppercase. Okay, and let's see what happens here. Run as Java project. So I got a null pointer exception because names of 4 is null, right? I have initialized with 5, length 5. So all the names would be initialized as null. So each string is null. So names of 4 is null, and null dot anything would give you null pointer exception. Okay. So traditionally how we will handle, we will just write an if of, if names of 0 not equal to null, then only print, right? So instead of that, what we can do is we can go with optional of string, opt equal to optional dot of nullable, okay, sorry, of nullable this of names of 4. Okay, so what I'm doing here is optional dot of nullable. Of nullable means I can even store, it can also be a null value. So I'm saying that whatever value I'm trying to pass here, whatever value I'm trying to take here, this value, names of 4 is a string, right? So that string, I'm saying it can be of nullable, means it can be null, okay, and I'm storing that in an optional. So this is actually a like a container class, okay. It is containing the string which I am giving the value. This is the string, right? Names of 4. So this container optional is actually storing it now. Okay, so I have covered the first method, which is of nullable. Okay, so it basically says that it can be, the value can be null. So now what I am going to do is, if opt dot is present, okay, then what you do is system.out.println of names of z4, else what you do is you print something like this, value is null. Okay, save it, run it. Okay, value is null. So because what is present? Is present gives you a boolean value, true or false. So is present, if this value, this optional value of string which I have taken, is it null or not? If it is null, then if it is not null, is present is, it is not null. Okay, so then you go ahead and print that value. Else what you do is system dot value is null you are printing. So, okay, so this is one way we can print. Another way is so I have covered of nullable and is present. This will give you boolean, and this is basically containing the string value in optional as nullable value also. It can be nullable. And then one more method is you can try is opt dot if present. Okay, and if I'm going else, what I want to do is system.out.println of s. Okay, run as. Okay, so it is not printing any value. Why? Because if present means the difference between is present and if present is, this is give you a boolean. Okay, whereas you are saying that if it is present, do something. So if it is present, then I am trying to print the value of s. So currently it is not, the value is null, right? So that's why it is not printing the s value. Let's say if I change it to something like a, b, c, d, e, and f. Okay, that's enough. And if I'm trying to run this, if you see, you will get e, because names of 4 is what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is e, right? So if it is there, it will print it. Okay, okay guys, so the last method is or else. Now what is or else? Okay, so if I am trying to print opt is having our names of 4. Okay, so opt dot or else default. Okay, so what happens is, okay, let me run this as Java application, and it gives me e, because opt is what? Names of 4. Okay, the names of 4 is e. Now what happens if e is null? Okay, let me change this to null and let me run this. Okay, what you get? Default. So basically our traditional way, if this is null, take this variable as something, some default value. That's what optional class, this container actually has one method like or else. So if it is null, then take this value instead of null value. Okay, so that's what is or else. So basically we have covered all the 4 methods which is actually required for basic null handling. Okay, so you can, instead of going with the equal to null that checks, you can actually go with such utility methods. This optional class we can go with. So of nullable, is present, if present, and or else. I hope this is clear guys. If you have any doubts, you can comment it down below, and please like and subscribe for more content. Thank you.